Gamergate, Cancel Pigs, Sweet Baby Inc. If you were a sane person, this all might sound insane. But if you're following what's going on in the gaming industry, well, you know that there are a group of companies out there whose only job seems to be destroy the great franchises, the stuff that we love, and now one of them has been exposed. And the fallout, well, it's delicious. Hello folks, welcome back to the Pro Channel. Happy to have everybody out there as we continue our coverage of Sweet Baby Inc. as they make a sweet baby fall from grace. And now it seems that games journalists, as well as the other consultation firms out there who do this thing of inserting woke into games at the behest of the corporations, well, they too are beginning to feel the heat and they're wanting to circle the wagons around Sweet Baby, but it's not working because of Twitter, because of X, because it's free and open for the most part. And so all of this can be exposed. Take a look at this tweet/post from grummz, which is really Mark Kern, former lead of World of Warcraft. Cancel Pigs are trying to take down a Discord group that talks about Sweet Baby Inc. This is how they do it, as we have seen so many times before. Infiltrate the server, i.e. they create their own new user accounts, post terms of service violations. So get in there and do naughty things, especially folks at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. when the mods are sleeping. Switch accounts and report. In other words, report themselves often behind a VPN. These people, Mark Kern says, are evil. Eject on site. And he is responding to a post by New Lobsters. And you can see down there the post that explains all this. The link is in the description of this video if you want to go check this out and see how all of it works and why it is such a cesspool of depravity inside the gaming industry, as these folks, they're determined. They are good little soldiers who are determined to wokeify all the stuff that you love. In other words, they don't care about making it fun. They don't care about making it sell well. They care about propaganda. They care about their very narrow worldview, pseudo-religious beliefs, and inserting them into games. And they will use this insanity, this online warfare, in order to get their way. The problem is they're being exposed. They're not used to this. If it were not for X, if it were not for Twitter, if it were not for Elon Musk buying it, they would get away with this because you would never have the ability to expose them. But people like Mark Kern are doing just that, and we need those kinds of voices. Folks, let's bring the panel on now and talk about Sweet Baby Inc. It's amazing. It's coming to you straight out of thatparkplace.com, which, by the way, oh my gosh, John Trent is killing it. I don't want to publicly disclose the numbers, but the viewership for That Park Place has exploded. It's now one of the highest ranked Google News sites for pop culture and entertainment coverage. This is amazing seeing what's happening. And oh, there's Valiant Renegade's beautiful mug over there as well. But here's the article. Sweet Baby Incorporated runs to Kotaku after their cancel campaign got destroyed and their company's vile agenda was exposed. Now, yes, folks, this is a stream where we're going to be talking about Bob Iger and Nelson Peltz, but very briefly, we wanted to bring this to you as part of the potpourri of pop culture news that is happening. And here's what this says from John Trent. Sweet Baby Inc. is running to Kotaku in order to try and do damage control for the company after multiple employees tried to cancel a stream curator list as well as the creator of said list. Apparently, destroying video games just wasn't enough. They had to go out for even more things, like people. Sweet Baby Inc. employees Chris Kindred and Maya Kramer attempted to cancel Brazilian gamer Cabrutus Rambo after he created a Steam curator list that lists out all of the games that Sweet Baby Inc. has worked on that are available on Steam. Kindred posted on X, the Steam curator harassment group Sweet Baby Inc. detected is led by this person. And I love that apparently Kindred can't type. Grammar Kindred. Cabrutus Rambo. Then here's them trying to be slick so they don't get reported. Even with the discriminatory language filed off, the group itself still fails the code of conduct. Now, apparently that wasn't true because the group is still there. I'll skip ahead on this article and just tell you the group is still there. No action has been taken about this group because all they were doing was essentially, it's like Wikipedia. They're just listing out which games that Sweet Baby has been involved in. But panel, I wanted to bring you in on this topic because it seems to me that Sweet Baby is just the beginning. This is the tip of the iceberg. There's a bunch of other companies out there, and their job is to insert woke ideology and tribalism, intersectionality, segregation into pop culture entertainment. And so they're brought on as consultants, but really what their job is, they're propagandists. And so do you think at this time, like, is Sweet Baby the beginning of something more, or do you think that this is going to be isolated? Like, is this a Bud Light situation, or is this going to be something where it explodes and all of those other companies are fleeing from the light as we shine truth upon them and people begin to realize, oh, wait a minute, there's a whole industry destroying my favorite entertainment?
It's not isolated. I think there's a couple of bright spots that you can see in the last year, one of which is Baldur's Gate 3. It was a blockbuster thing, and when you see some of the trouble that Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro have been in for the last year, there was a rumor there for a while that Larian was potentially going to buy the license for Dungeons and Dragons away from Wizards of the Coast. Then you've got indie projects, well, not really indie projects, but smaller projects like Helldivers 2 right now that are just absolutely blowing up. And I think when you give fair value to the customer, you respect their time and their money, you get rewarded for it. If you have good gameplay, good story, something that engages the audience. I think the AAA titles are faltering right now, and some of these smaller studios are really going to start picking that up.
Matt, what's your thought on this? And particularly, too, Matt, you were talking with us the other day about the usage of bots, not only when it comes to entertainment, which we've been following closely, in regards to bots being used to sort of rig the conversations online. And, Sweet Baby acts like a bunch of bots. I'm not sure they are. But, Matt, what's your thought on this? How much do you think all of this is sort of being rigged in favor of places like Sweet Baby, and maybe artificially so?
I work in the music industry, and the video game industry has surpassed the music industry. The video game industry is more relevant with young people right now than music. And music used to play a larger role in that. So to answer your question, too much is at stake, not to manipulate, to interfere with these processes. It's like the One Ring. They can't help themselves. The bots is like the One Ring to them. They is the music industry, the entertainment industry. I was giving you a specific example when it comes to bots interfering with concert ticket sales, particularly your favorite artist, and perhaps a pre-sale where you get a code and you go to Ticketmaster and you think that you'll be fairly treated. You'll be put in a virtual queue with all of your favorite fans who are on an email list, and you, at the last minute, you get a link and you try to buy tickets. Well, in the last few years, perhaps your audience who are music fans, I'm sure there's many out there right now who've tried to buy tickets in the last few years. Perhaps they haven't understood what's going on, where you just sit there in a queue and you cannot purchase your tickets. All of the tickets are bought up very quickly by bots that the music industry, that they themselves own and operate. Then Ticketmaster also owns a resale marketplace called StubHub. And so just to finish this long thing is that instantly bots buy up concert tickets. You can't get them. And then immediately they're triple or quadruple the supposed face value immediately online. And so this started before the pandemic, and it's only accelerated. So manipulation in the entertainment industry, especially in music, has always existed. It hasn't been so nefarious. You've always wanted people to listen to you, buy your product. You want to outshine your competitor. So there's always been slight tricks and certain more overt and covert things that they've done. But lately, the real headline that I was alluding to is the bots, and the bots are contaminating everything. And in the case of Sweet Baby, you know how the younger demographic is such a valuable demographic for corporations, and all they build on the future is youth. Well, video games just really makes them drool over the so-called potential. So, I mean, we could go on and on about that, but
I'll agree with you there. And as a famous CEO has recently discovered, video games are a source of constant engagement with the audience. A video game with good music and with video games, people will go after them and will use them over and over and over again. Skyrim, there are people still playing Skyrim right now. There are people playing Arkham Asylum or whatever, the Arkham Knight right now. More people are playing Arkham Knight than played what I almost called it Sweet Baby Island. What is it? What is it? Kill the Justice League. And they know the relevance of good content here. I look at this situation with Sweet Baby Inc. and so many people are like, well, they're just one studio. They're just one thing that does this. And I understand they're not making the games themselves. They are narrative consultants, and they go in and the developers, they don't have to listen to any of their ideas, except that I get the feeling that when these people come in, maybe it's corporate that's pushing them in there and they're giving them a bit of a mandate here. And you better listen to them at your own peril. But here's the difference right now. And the thing that I really love about this Sweet Baby detected curation list here. The satanic panic of the 1980s was a drag for all kids. And people hated to hear that parents thought that D&D was full of demons or whatever. Or, my parents might come and see an RPG and they would see that they have some reference to religion in some way. Therefore, the whole thing is satanic or demonic. And, it was no fun for anybody. The difference between Sweet Baby Inc. or Sweet Baby Detected here is we all are grown and we hate what they are doing. And we are glad to spend our time humiliating these people for what they are doing and what they are trying to destroy. They are trying to destroy fun, and we will have fun trying to destroy them right back. So it's late. Maybe I'm a little bit saucier about this than I would normally be, but I'm kind of like, bring it on. Pop up wherever you want to pop up. We will smash it with a hammer. It's fine.
Did you see that Cabrutus had put up something on X where he's registered a domain now and is going to be going after other consulting firms? Yeah, he's going to broaden his target list.
Beautiful. I love it. Tom, what do you think of the idea that had Elon Musk not purchased Twitter, we might not even know some of this stuff about Sweet Baby? And also, had Elon Musk not purchased Twitter, we might be in a situation where you couldn't talk about this kind of stuff. It would have been banned other places. They would have used their institutional power to block people from ever exposing this. It's a new world, and I don't think that they know how to react to it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's like or hate Elon. I don't agree with everything that he says or everything that he does, but as for the most part, as far as I can tell, him taking over Twitter, now X, whatever you want to call it, was a good thing. And we're learning a lot about basically a lot of the stuff that we had reported for years that you guys come in and started reporting on. It's confirmation. Basically, it's just more and more every day that we learn. And Sweet Baby Inc. is just another one of those things too, to go back to the, initial question. Do I think it's an isolated thing? Oh, heck no. I agree with these guys. And we know that.
But will it continue? Will the attention span of gamers and the attention span of normies, will it sustain going after those other companies, or will this be a flash in the pan?
I think they're scared. I think they're worried that they're about to lose their jobs, because this is the same kind of thing we see in a lot of these industries when these people realize that they are useless, and that the companies and the studios and the corporations that use them finally come around to the idea and realize, oh, these are the people that are just making the problems that they're saying that they're fixing, really. Because we didn't have a problem before they walked in the door. And that's kind of what they do. They just walk in the door going, oh, you see all this? This is racist, or this is misogynist, or this is ist, whatever. But guess what? We have a solution for you. All you got to do is write a check, right? And of course, if you have a consultant, you're not going to use them, right? To go back to the other point you guys made, like, why would you not use, in most cases, a consultant? That's what you pay them for, right? You want information, you want things done for you. But these people are going out there convincing you that you need them when you really don't. They're convincing you that silly things like, white people can't write characters of color, or we're going to get to a point where men can't even write women, and so on and so forth. And it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. And it's the same thing in games that we see and everything else. It kind of reminds me of the women in animation thing that we saw coming out of the D-Files from Film Threat, where it's all the same. To me, it's all part of the same monster, right? It's anything that's brought in to basically do this affirmative action business with all this DEI stuff, and it's nonsense, and it's
Tom,
gonna
you
start
know
to
who the
be
real
falling
loser is?
apart.
You know who the real loser is, Tom?
The consumer.
Games journalists. No, because I think the consumers are going to win. The games journalists now are being utterly exposed because they
Well,
came to
there's
the
that
rescue of
too.
Sweet Baby and they miscalculated badly.
Well, that's a
They
good
didn't
point, because
understand.
the same thing kind of happened to the media, and especially we saw it first with people losing faith in the typical media when it comes to entertainment and stuff like that. So, oh yeah, you're correct in that
Yeah,
notion.
because what they should have done, Tom, is they should have said, instead of writing a Gamergate 2.0 article today, I'm going to
Mhm.
shut my trap and try not to go into absolute obscurity because these gaming YouTubers are already eating my lunch. I'm already a dinosaur, and I don't want to hasten my extinction. That's what they should have said. But instead, they went full force into Gamergate 2.0. The
If
gamers have lost their minds. They're angry at something that's totally normal. It's like, you guys
if
are
I
idiots.
if I can throw a very very recent example here, there's a movie that I don't think anyone cares about. It's Inside Out 2, but they released imagery.
I
from
saw the
Inside Out
trailer.
2 today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
and
did you see the trailer? Yeah.
yes, I did. Yes, I did. And I pulled screenshots to say, "Hey guys, look at this," within our own internal communication methods here, and they happen to be the same screenshots that they're using here on this Disney animation promos. I don't think this is not affiliated with the Walt Disney Company, but they pulled the same shots because they're excited about the same things that I was like, hold on here, wait a second, what are all these glamour shots of this character with the dyed hair? And someone actually asked me, "Is this a man?" I don't think it's a man, but we're going to be looking into this.
Well,
this is
we're going to get to. Yeah, go ahead, Jonas.
The thing is, when you look at something like this, it immediately there is a mega corporation that really wants to get the credit for whatever it is they think they're doing here. And they haven't explicitly said whether or not they're going to incorporate LGBTQ themes in a
I
show.
thought you were going to go there because I had heard a rumor about this. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, I had heard a rumor about it as well. But now, and looking at
I think we talked about it.
It's not a clear shot right here, but I could imagine someone like Sweet Baby coming in, although I don't think you need someone like Sweet Baby coming in at Pixar. The point I'm trying to make here on this specifically is we have giant corporations that are advertising this stuff, and people are, if you have any interest in what they're doing at all, then you're going to inspire someone to investigate what you're doing. And if the audience hates it, and the audience knows that this is happening, the best they're going to get is hate clicks. They might get a little bit of revenue, but I think that, especially due to the community right here that is so laser focused on these companies right now, I hope that they are so terrified to do this offensive, "we're going to fix your ideology" garbage. I'm sick of it, and I'm fed up with. To quote someone who is in a little bit of hot water right now with a debate with another YouTuber, "I'm so tired of present day coming into all of my entertainment. I would like a little bit of timelessness."
And ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap for today. We hope you enjoyed the conversation. If you did, like, share, subscribe, click it, stick it to the algorithms, it's the notification bell, and drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. And folks, remember that the Pro Show is live Tuesdays at noon Eastern Time. We will see you very, very soon. Folks, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and in spite of the crazies out there, keep having fun.